Hey people, we're live again. So our next session is with one of the very high performance coaches all over the world, and that's Puneet Sachdev. Hi, hi Shivan Sharma. Hi Sadika. Hello to you. Hey Shikha, hi. Good to see you. Hi Ravi. Hey Shivam. So we have about 4 people with us at the moment, and we will be having one of the very talented performance coach who's not only worked in India but also across the globe, America, Australia, UK, and he's a UK based performance coach. So we're really waiting for a lovely chat with him today. Hi Shika. Hey Vandana Mami, how are you? Hi Suruchi, good to see you. Hey Shivani. And so our conversation is about his next program, which is going to start in October end, which is the Circle of Legends. It's basically about people who have performed very well in their lives, and yet they want to achieve more, so they need a helping hand. And people, Puneet is going to be the coach of our next program. And the Circle of Legends, if all of you would like to know, is a group of 6 high performing leaders who crave to be exponential. They want to learn more and be exponential in everything, whatever they do. So it's basically a 8-month program that we're going to have, and we will be really happy if you all join us. I think we are having a request from somebody. Hi Apurv. A very big hello to everyone. So we are waiting for Puneet to join in. Very big hello to my father, Ashwini Shori. Hi Widen Dreams. Hey Reema Adlaka. Hi, good to see you. Hi Pragya. Hey Sapra. Hi Pragya. So good to see you, Reema. We miss you. The kids miss you, yes. So yes, again, the Circle of Legends is a group of 6 exponential leaders who will be, craving for a journey in which the participants are surrounded by, supported, and challenged by extraordinary top performers. And Puneet is going to be our coach. Hey, bearded sailor joined in. Hello. Yes, and Puneet will be our coach. You will be learning how to navigate your next level of success. And every master is a master of vision. You will learn to dream bigger than you have ever dreamt and manifest your dreams, your visions into the world, and you will wrap up or quit every single energy sucker in your life. Yes, is this what you want? So yes, this is what Puneet is going to teach us. Thank you very much, Ayashish. Thank you, very good. Thanks a lot. Hey Suleiman. Hello. So we have this international coach with us, people, and it's a great opportunity for everybody who's dreaming high, who's dreaming big, to join in. And here we have One Shot Cap. We have Puneet Sachdev with us. He's waving at us, people. The person behind the success of big performers all over the world. So we're just waiting for Puneet Sachdev. Yes, he's connecting with us. Hey, Puneet,
Hey Swati, how are you?
how are you? How are you? So good to see you.
I'm very good. I know it's been a while. My daughter is also here in the same room. She's trying to go to bed over here. I was trying to
So
put her to bed, and
sweet.
now here she is. She can say hi
So
to us as
here
well.
we
Yeah.
have a hi, hello. So look at
So this is
that.
going
So
to be a
we
bit of an
have
unusual.
no, why
Go ahead.
not? I think, see, we have
Raja.
women who are multitasking all the time. And here we have this
Yeah.
guy who's a high performance coach, one of the person who's, coached people all over the globe. And he's a great dad. And look at him. He has his daughter next to him, trying to put her to bed. Well, great.
Yeah. Just
Bravo.
braided her hair, and now
How
she's
nice.
there listening to Harry Potter on the audiobook while I'm talking to
Wonderful.
you over here.
That's really amazing, Puneet. So, well, there are people, there are about 66 people with us right now, and
Yeah.
they have joined us. Hello to everybody.
Mhm.
So, here we have Puneet Sachdev, a very high performance coach who has coached people all over the globe, America, India, UK, Australia. Well, and it's incredible to have you on the podium, Puneet. And as we
Yeah, listen,
know,
you make it sound extremely fancy. Thanks a lot.
no, and look at you. At the same time, you have handling your baby. It's an amazing
Yeah, yeah.
job that you're doing. Yes. So
Yeah,
people,
no, it's all good. Yeah,
yeah. So
go
I
ahead.
think we're going to start with a new program, which is called the Circle of Legends. That's why we're all
Hmm.
collected here to know more about, to learn more about it. And as far as I know, I think Circle of Legend is a group of six high-performing leaders who crave exponential success. Is that so?
Yeah. Well, that's right. It's for a group of six people, and uh, I mean, you know what? Let me just actually take you back in time to
Yes.
give you a bit of context as to why I created the Circle of Legends. It came from, I reflected on my own journey, and I have transitioned through a few different careers, right? From one industry to the other, and then running my own consultancy, coaching business, so on and so forth. And what I felt that was lacking for me was when I was making a transition. So, for instance, when
Mhm.
I was working, I finished working in the US. I was in San Francisco, I was working for Accenture, an Accenture consulting company. I spent a few years doing that, and I wanted to transition to doing my own work into my own consulting work and coaching work, and I also wanted to create a social enterprise alongside that. So that
Yes.
was the objective: 3 days of consulting, 2 days of building a social enterprise, totally geared towards supporting kids, helping create nurturing households and education of underprivileged kids, so on and so forth, right? So at that time, I found it a bit of a struggle. I had a few people around me, like people who had been there, done that. But I did not really find or did not, maybe I did not look for it hard enough, but I was not in a situation where I was in a container, in a focused container, and creating what it is that I really want to create. So I stumbled my way through it. I got lucky. I got the first few clients fairly quickly. But it was just that transition period from one career which I did, enjoyed, did, and I wanted to move on to next, and I just felt that when I look back at it, many of my friends and my colleagues who've been in corporate, they've been successful, they've spent 20, 25 years there, and they've done their earning career, so to say, and they now want to create more meaning in their life. So they want to move from their
Yes.
earning career and they want to move more into meaning, correct? So that does not mean you don't earn money, you earn money, but you add more meaning to it and you do some work around social impact as well. So when I looked at my situation, then I look at some of my own friends who I spoke to, I was just asking them, what is it that you're creating? And once again, they had ideas in their mind, but they were again caught up too much in their life, in their world,
And the
what they were
circle
doing,
of, yes,
work,
yes.
family, all of that. Okay, so the thing is this, that that's when I felt that, right, I think that I need to create a container. I need to create an expansion chamber where here are people who've had success, let's say conventional success, or they've been entrepreneurs, they've had one level of success, and they want to level up now to a completely
To
different league
another, yes.
altogether. Yeah,
Mhm.
different level. Yeah, okay. You want to go back to your bed? Okay, that's fine. Okay, sorry, Ila's going back to her bed.
That's lovely.
Okay. Hey, 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 shut the door. Okay. Bye. Um, what did I say here? So the point of creating the circle of legends is to create an expansion chamber. So you're doing your work, you know what you want to be creating, or you have an inkling of what you want to create, but to really give the people the time and the space to be able to think clearly, to be surrounded by a group of high performers,
Mm.
and move through that journey of creating their vision. So it gives them the space, the container, thinking space, the challenge they require, because what happens at times is what happens not at times, but often, more often than not, we're thinking we're doing work. We have got certain patterns of thinking. We have the
Thinking, yes.
same people usually around us, and we have very similar conversations. So we think in the same way. And the fact is that what's got you over here is not going to get you there, correct? Because you have a certain pattern of thinking, and that gets you a certain level of success. But when you need to move up beyond that, if you do not change the way you
Mm.
think, the way you look at the world, you don't look at any interrupting your
Yes,
own
I
mental
guess
patterns.
everything becomes stagnant at a point of time. Your thinking
That's it.
also, after a point of time, gets stagnant. So, to go beyond that particular thing, that wavelength, you need somebody to guide you in the right direction.
Yeah, you need some kind of a pattern interrupt into
Yes.
your mindset, into your thinking, correct? So Circle of Legends is created to be that 8 month journey. It's an
Oh,
8 month
wonderful.
group coaching program. And the point of doing it for 8 months is because it gives enough time if you have an idea or you're working with an idea or you want to come up with refining your idea, it gives you the time to come up with that and also move through creating it. And then you are surrounded by support through that journey. You are challenged, your thinking is challenged, you are pushed to your limits, right? By people around you.
Yes, it is.
So, and of course, I'm coaching you through the whole process, and it has got a structure to it. So there are 5 core elements which we will look at, which is the vision. What's your vision? What you're really creating in the next 1 to 3 years in your life? What's the strategy going to look like? So if you have the vision but you don't have a strategy, then how are you going to execute it? So once you're getting onto a strategy and you're building your plan, then you know exactly what you've got to be doing day after day, week after week, month after month. So it gives you that. Then after that, we would look at the mindsets. So you got the vision, you got the strategy, you look at the mindsets, right? What are the current limiting mindsets that the people have or the person has got? And there are certain exercises that I will work through. I work through the individuals to
But
help
Puneet, do you
them
think it also
get rid of them.
varies country to country as well? Like you've coached people all across the globe. So I guess there must be
Mhm.
some sort of a difference in the thinking from whether it's been in India or abroad or Australia or America. Do you think it also varies through the countries? I mean, among the different places where they live in, the
Yeah,
cultures they follow?
certainly there is because you think differently in different environments, not even countries. One household to the other household, the thinking is different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that really does not matter that much. The beauty is that when you have a bunch of people from different backgrounds, it's really
Hmm.
fantastic because they think differently. They ask you different questions, which challenges your own thinking, right?
Hmm.
And my job as your coach is not to be
Yes.
your friend in that moment, but to really again play that role, play that thinking partner, and play even if wherever required to be able to really push you to the limits of what you are in yourself creating.
Hmm.
So it does not matter what is the difference of opinion or how you're thinking differently around different places, but the fact is that when we're having the conversations, whatever
Hmm.
needs to get dealt with will come up in conversation to be seen, and then to whatever work needs to happen around it, we do that in the sessions. So, so yeah, I mean, there is the vision, the strategy,
The
the
strategy and
mindset,
the mindset.
the mindset, and then there's the skill set, right? Okay, to accomplish these new goals now, what are the skills that you require to be able to go and accomplish them? Do you require to learn negotiation? Do you require to learn sales? Do you require to learn whatever? It could be anything, maybe related to a specific industry that the individual is working in. So, and then the fifth and the last stream of looking at is going to be the environment that you're in, right?
Yeah,
So the
because
people, the
environment
places,
plays
the
a very
habits,
important role. Yes.
and plays a very big role. So what
Mm.
are the environments what are the people, places, habits, and your own thinking patterns which fill you with energy and what drains you with energy? And then we pick each of them one by one and deal with them forever. So it's a fairly
Wonderful.
in-depth journey over the
Hmm.
8 month period. And this is the first, I'm rolling this out for the first time ever. So this is a new
Oh,
program, but
wow.
I've put a
So
fair amount of thought
congratulations.
into it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, well, people, you're very much free to ask Puneet any sort of questions regarding the program. We will be very happy to answer individually as well. And you can put up your questions. Till then, we will just go on with the chat. We'll see how, what people want to know more about the program.
sure. Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
Puneet, yeah. So
So
here we go. So we have had you on our show in the early days, and well, you showed us the difference between preferences and decisions, coaching high performers, and some of the challenges they face. What has been going on with you since then, since we spoke last time?
yeah, I think we spoke in June, July last time.
Yes.
So what's happened ever since then? I suppose one of them has been the creation of the Circle of Legends program, which we've spoken about. That's one.
Yes.
Um, the coaching work carries on. I'm working with different kind of people now. Just transition a little bit there for myself with a smaller number of people as well, because has been my consulting work is going to increase. So I've just got to balance my consulting and my coaching work there. I've been writing kids' stories, so I've been writing a new series of
Wonderful.
children's books. So these are a few things which really have been happening between the time that we met
And
last
we
and now.
have Sonia Kocher asking us, Hi Puneet, and what does this cost and what is the duration of this program?
Sure. Hi, Sonia. The duration of the program is it's 8 months, and you can have a look at it. If you go onto my website, you can go onto either puneetsachdev.com and you go into coaching options, you'll see it over there. And the cost of that is $7,950. And here's the thing, right? People get stopped by cost. They look at it and they think that, oh my God, how will this is too much of money. But the way, and I can share my own examples when I've broken through these barriers. It's common. Okay, it's not unusual for me when I'm having the first discovery conversations. People say that, hey, okay, what's it cost? And then they say, wow, that's quite a bit for me right now. And that's fine because not everybody is ready to work with me the first time that we speak. That's one thing. The other thing which I want to really say is what you really want to use to decide whether it's Circle of Legends or anything you want to create in your life. I don't think money is the right metric to use to be able to make that decision. It really is your true desire of what you want to create. What is the value of your dream to you? So let's take an example. Okay, I'll give you my own example. I'm just going back in time again over here. And before I started working with one of my coaches, he's one of the best coaches in the world, right? For me to start working with him at the time, it was $15,000. Okay.
Wow.
And I said, how the heck am I going to do that? There's no way I can do that. But there was something very strong and very, inside me, something very, very persistent that this is something you've got to do. And I knew that I could do the first couple of installments. So Circle of Legends, you can break it up into payments as well, by the way. And I knew that I had to do this because I saw a lot of value. I saw working with him, I could expand my coaching practice. So, you know, and I found a way to get the first installment or two. But within the first month of working with him, I created $11,000 in 1 month, right?
Wow.
So it's really what the value you're going to get out of it. Do you have, it's this circle of legends is not for, I have to also say who it is not for, right? If you're still contemplating that you want to be doing something, you're not sure about things completely. See, it requires people who have got solid commitment, correct? And they could be committed in the sense that, let's say, for example, you have, well, let's say somebody wants to start a fashion business, okay? Or somebody wants to start in one of their new ventures. They want to start. Okay, let's take an example of one of my own clients. Let's, and I'm going to change the names a bit over here for anonymity. Okay, I'll just call him. Let's call him John or whatever, Rahul. Let's say Rahul. Okay, let's say Rahul. So Rahul, when we started working together, Rahul was working in a corporate career. He's based in the United States, by the way. He was start working a corporate career, but he was very clear he wanted to transition out of it into his own business. And he was at the early stages of creating his own business. So when we started, it was a long-term engagement. It was over a period of a year that we went, right? But in that year, Swati, a number of things we shifted for him. He was, first of all, his wife was really very nervous and not very supportive of him transitioning into doing the business full time. Okay, money, whatever goes on, all of these things. Anyway, regardless. So a key thing to do over there was also we worked through it. Long story short, he transitioned from there. He set up his own business. He got to New York. He did a trade show, which he was selling products. Okay, so it put him into nationwide stores. He was initially doing this at a very local level, but
Mhm.
in the time we worked together, not only did he transition out of his job, he got into his business, he got new partners. His wife was his biggest supporter. She is now part of the business. She
Part
does
of
all
the
his
business.
marketing, social media, and he took his business to New York to an international trade show, and now his business is right across the United States. We accomplished all of that for him within, I would say, between 8 to 10, 12 months. And he had to, it was not easy for him. It was a very hard decision for him to do that. For him to get to the New York, I'm just talking about commitment, what's required. That's the commitment you want. Otherwise, honestly, it's very hard for me to draw commitment out of a person. And I saw myself doing that in my early days of coaching, where it was almost like I was drawing the commitment. I could see the vision for the person, I was drawing the commitment out. But that was taking too much of my energy. So I just do not want to play there. It felt like almost therapy versus coaching, right?
Oh,
So, and I can play a bit of therapist as well if I need to, because I've,
yes.
seen different aspects of my life being completely, upheaval in so many areas, and I have to put it back together at different stages, and I've done them. So I know how it feels like, right? So what I really look for is deep desire and commitment, because then your commitment affects the commitment of the others in that container as well. So as far as you have that commitment, and that's why, when somebody's putting down $7,000, $8,000, I know they're committed, right?
Yes.
Price is a great barrier. Price is a great, the way, one of the reasons for me to increase my prices for my coaching is to work with different kind of people. Because here's what happens. If I say it's $30,000, I'm not putting it there, it's 7,950. I'm going to attract a different kind of audience whose dreams are
Yes.
they are at least 10x that
They're
size
there.
because
Yes.
they see the
Yes.
value in putting that money in. So you have to see the value. And this comes back to whether you circle of legends or not, regardless of it. But let me quickly jump back to this Rahul story completed, and then I'll come back to this one. So what he had to do to have his business and everything work, to get to the New York trade show, etc., he had to sell his car, okay, to put the money to go over there. And it was a big tipping point for him. Should I spend that money or not? It was five or
Yeah.
seven
Yeah.
thousand dollars. Should I go to the New York trade show? Should I not go to it? And for me, it was very clear that, this was the point. This was like almost crossing the threshold. In the hero's journey, I don't know if you're familiar with it or how much you're familiar with it, but in a hero's journey is when you're setting out your own personal journey. It's called the hero's journey. There's a village life and there is a created life. There's the hero's journey. A village life is the life, and this is Joseph Campbell's work, not and nothing which I have created as such, but I'm familiar with the whole process,
Hmm.
having gone through that journey myself. The village life is where we live a safe, contained life, correct? Whether it's job or the business, which makes us feel safe, and we are not upheaving anything. We are not pushing any boundaries. We are not going against the wishes of people around us. Society has created a template. If you're born into a jeweler's home, then your dad says become a jeweler. You're doing the jeweler.
Hmm.
You are not saying, sorry, I don't want to be a jeweler. I want to be a face painter. You're not rocking the boat. But then there are, that will be the audience, will be the other audience, or the people who want to go. That's why they'll be here listening to you and I talk. They want to go on the hero's journey. They want to really discover what it is that they want to create in their life. And it's not something which happens early on. You've got to go through your process. You've got to go through your
Yes.
journey. You've got to go through your odyssey. And once you've been through that, you kind of get a sense, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I want to create. For me, it's very clear creating a world where kids grow up nurturing households and whatever under with coaching and stuff, etc. So it's almost like you've got to be ready to be able to rock the boat a bit for yourself and for the people. I mean, you cannot be a yes person and go on this journey. You've got to have a very clear yes. You got to be committed. I'm going to be doing this, and I'm doing this, and this is what I want to create at the end of the 8 months that we work together. There will be two conversations every single month, but in between, I will also be working with the group to teach them mindfulness practices because I'm a trained mindfulness teacher. I spent about a year in a Buddhist monastery, going in and out of it, learning
Hmm.
mindfulness. So there'll be a lot of well-being practices which are baked into the circle of legends. Okay, so there is, like I said, you're creating a vision, you're creating a game plan. You're also then looking at you are looking at your plans, your mindset, but there's a whole well-being piece there too. Because you're not taking care of yourself, you don't take care of your core relationships, it's not going to work. And I see it consistently where if your relationships are not really, you're not working towards improving your relationship. And see, all of us have got work to do in life. Okay, that's why we are human beings, and that's why we need to connect to a higher power than us. Correct? In our current, if we feel that we have got it all, I'm very sorry, that does not work. I
Yeah,
mean, at least
I
that's
agree.
not my belief. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't
You
work
got
like
to
that.
connect to something which is bigger and greater than you. And so these are core things which we would look at. We go deep into every area of your life, right? We look at everything. So by the time you come out of the Circle of
Well,
Legends
basically, you need a
program,
happy environment, you need a happy and content environment to work towards that kind of success. You need,
yeah. Well, the thing
yes,
is, you have to create it, right? It's a created life.
yes,
There are two
and
kinds
we
of
created
life. We are the
ourselves. It's
same.
all in our own
You created
hands.
yourself.
How to, yes, we created ourselves. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to create it yourself, and it does not mean that everything is perfect at any point. It's fine as far as you're working towards it. You're aware of it. And that's the key goal as well, as to create high levels of awareness in people too, as well, right? So it's quite a comprehensive program. Goals in the outer world, goals in the inner world, and goals which are transcendental as well for you.
Very nice, very well said, Puneet. And a lot of lots and lots of information about the program, and a lot of inspiration too. Because recently I was speaking to a very close friend of mine who wants to go in for organic farming, and it's an
Yeah,
absolutely new thing for her. She's never That's been her dream, maybe in her mind. I think she's here with us at the moment, Vinita Narang. So she has been maybe dreaming of having her own farm and doing vegetables and fruits that nobody sells here in Delhi. So,
yeah,
what do you
that's
think?
incredible.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And she's like, I want to do something like there, high up, very big, at a very high scale. So I think something like this would be really powerful, like this kind of a program for a person who wants to achieve something which is not very common,
that's
which is
right.
not
Yeah,
very
yeah,
common. And yes, and she needs a full sort of education on organic farming as well. So I just thought that
yeah.
I would like to share it because she's here at, with us.
Vanita,
making
okay,
a
hi
show.
Vanita. If you're there, listen, congratulations. Yeah, that's awesome what you're creating. And look, I'll be happy to have a one-to-one conversation with you as well. So what I do is every month, so there are a number of ways that I work with people, right? Circle of Legends is a group program created which will start in the end of October, but that's not the only way I work with people. I work with them on a one-to-one basis as well, 12 months, 6 months. Usually that's about the time frame. And the engagement look very different based on the person in front of me, what their needs, wants are. But also what I do is every month I keep 2 or 3 slots open. These are free slots for anybody who's interested. There may be any one thing which they want to shift in their life, any one real challenge that they are dealing with. So this is not a 20-minute taster. It's a deep dive coaching session for people who are not my clients. They may or may not become my clients. There's really no problem. But I do that as a way to just to support a few people. So if Vinita, you want to have a conversation, more than happy to do that with you. Swati can give you more coordinates, or if you want to put down
Yes,
my
you can
email and
say.
stuff over here, you can do that. And anybody else as well. Happy to have a conversation and see and help you create at least one insight and one breakthrough before we end the conversation so that you can do something the next day in the morning at 9 o'clock with what we have spoken about. Something very real, something which you can do in the world as well. And the thing as well is this. What I would also urge, here's the thing, right? The deal with high performers is that they want to do everything right now. We want to have it all done.
So
Like, I want to
she's
sit
like
in one
that. That's
sitting.
what it is. She wants it. She wants it. Yes, there. Yes, right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is this, right? It can also come in our way. I know because there are times when projects which I want to start and okay, I'm going to keep this whole day, these few days, I'm going to do it. So many things happen. It may or may not happen that way. But what I would say is to anybody, if you have that dream and you're feeling intimidated that it's too big, that's fantastic. First of all, great. Here's the beauty as well. If you have a dream and you have no idea how to accomplish it, that is absolutely awesome. The other people I love to work with because
Okay.
it is an expansive journey. And I'll give you an example, small example. In one conversation, this is a girl, her name is Catherine in the UK. She and I did a coaching session maybe a week, 10 days ago. She runs a very successful business, very intelligent woman. Uh, she's from the States, but she moved to the UK. We were doing some work together on my consulting piece, so we were collaborating together. That's how I know. But anyway, we had a coaching session a few weeks ago, and we have a next one on Tuesday. So when we started the conversation, and all this took place in one conversation, 45-minute conversation it was. She, we were talking about her vision 3 years out, what she wanted to create, and one of her core goals was to get her business to $1 million in turnover
Mm.
in a 5-year period. Okay, that's what she said. So I said, okay, in a 3-year period of time, I want to be over here with my revenues, but in 5 years, I want to hit $1 million. So I asked her permission to play around with her thinking because knowing her, I just felt there's a lot more possible for her and she may be limiting herself. By the end of that conversation with Catherine, she could see how she could create $1 million in 2 years and not 5 years. Now tell me how,
Wow.
the value of that is incredible. If she's paying 7,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, it doesn't matter. Now I've shifted her thinking that 5 years out, she was thinking she's going to get 1 million. Now she's going to do that in 2 years. And when we speak on Tuesday, she's going to present her game plan as to how she's going to make it possible. One. Number two, the conversation we had was, right, okay, so who are the clients? Who are your dream clients? And what's your plan? And then she had this long, like long-winded plan to get to these dream clients. We short-circuited that as well. So when we speak on Tuesday, she's going to not only talk about how she's going to make 1 million possible in 2 years and spend on, and she'll be traveling at the time in South America with her family and working on her business and having fun.
Wonderful.
Because that's the
Wonderful.
thing, right? Sometimes if you get into that stage, the bigger the game, it can get all consuming, right? So the key is how do you still keep the people light and happy and connected to the family and everything around you? And we're also going to be talking about those 3 dream clients that you spoke about. So in your friend's case, it could be three key suppliers, or it could be three key customers for her. It's wholesale. I'm not sure what her business model is, but we could look at that. If she wants to have a conversation around anything very specifically, more than happy to do that.
Thank
So
you
I'm
so
just giving
much,
you some
Puneet.
examples of what's possible when
Yes.
you interrupt a thought pattern, which we're going on and on, correct? And I shared with you my own example of doing what I was doing.
And so, Puneet, you've been working with, professional sportsmen and women, lawyers, consultants, entrepreneurs on a regular basis. What is it all about these people that, stands out the most?
I think we've spoken about it. They have a great amount of commitment to what they're doing. They have a clear vision of where they're heading. They have got uh, they have daily practices, rituals which they have in place, which they work on. So they have got that infrastructure created, which gives them the best possible chance of success in what they want to create in their life.
And Puneet, apart from, the spending money on a program, what are the other things that kinds of holds you back from being a great person who's achieved a lot of success as well?
I see what holds people back. What holds people back is a lack of clarity. I think we've spoken about it in different ways. It's a lack of clarity in what
Yes.
it is that they exactly want to be creating. What also holds people back is when they are waiting for things to be perfect, for all the ducks to be in a row, for life to be perfect, and then to start taking action. And so I feel that these are a couple of really key things which hold people back quite a bit. They're waiting for perfection to take place or waiting for circumstances to change for them to then go ahead and do what they've got to be doing.
So basically, yes, people, all of you have joined us. Puneet has, kind of told us a lot about his new program that is a Circle of Legends. And what else can we know about it, Puneet? Some more things that people would like to know about it and how to get in touch with you. Um, we know that it's an 8 month program now. So what else that we would like to know about it as well?
I think we've spoken about it, the five elements, the
Yeah,
five elements of it, your vision, your strategy, your mindset, your
yeah,
skill
mindset,
set,
yes,
and your energy and your
yes.
environment. We look at all that. And it's a group of high performers which are out over there. It's very specific to the individual, what they are creating, so they feel supported in all different ways. It looks at personal well-being as well. How do you create personal well-being? How do you create high performance in your own life? So it's a combination of all these different things which goes into it. Yeah.
So for a person probably who's achieved everything probably and wants to maybe acquire another field, how easy is it for that person to go about that? Maybe for a
Sorry, say that
businessman.
question once again.
Yeah, so Puneet, for example, a person who has achieved the maximum in one particular field, probably be it
Mm.
interiors or fashion, and at the same time has his own passions at the other side. How is it that that person wants to, yesterday what happened was I just was reading a piece of paper. My daughter had, pinned it on a board, and there she goes, goals in life. Well, she wants to be a model, she wants to be a DJ. The first thing was an investment banker, and
Mhm.
to do fashion with me, and at the same time do do help her dad with his business. So here she had these six things, and she's like she's a scorpion like you, and really
Mm.
knows what she wants. Very clear person. And she's just in class 10. So I had this whole list of things. And I was just wondering that how is it really possible to, achieve things like that? Go into different
So
fields, or is it just
yeah, well, look at
confusion that the children
yeah.
feel at this point of time?
See, let's talk about. I mean, just talk about yourself, correct? See how you
Hmm.
have recreated yourself. right? And it all starts with an idea. It starts with what is in your heart and how much you really want it. That is the really crux of it all. How deep is your desire to create what you want? Because if the desire is not there, forget about it. Things will come, situations will change, whatever around you is going to influence you. But if the desire is true and you want to do it for the right reasons, then that's the first starting point. And then it's a matter of taking one tiny step. What's the one small step that I can take in the direction of my dreams? So for you, the one tiny step was to set up that first conversation with the doctor. Was it the doctor?
Yes, I was a
Correct,
doctor
right?
till
So
the past year. Yes.
you felt you got aware of certain situations, circumstances that you were dealing with, and you felt that you want to do something more beyond yourself and go beyond you. Correct? That's
Yes.
where your journey started, and you did that, and look where it is today. So it came from a desire. Was the heart was in the right place, and then you made it happen. So that's possible for anybody. You're transitioning from one career to the other. You can do that. It's a first simple step, because what holds us back is we do not know enough information, so we get intimidated. How will I build that business? What am I going to do? How can I not? Right? So those questions come up.
Mhm.
But that is helped by simply speaking to people who've been there, done that. And that's your first small step. One small step, and one small step, and one small step. So, that's what I would just simply say is that desire is key. Holding that picture in your mind is critical, and then taking a small step every few steps in a week and moving it forward and moving it forward. And that's
Very
all. It's
nice.
nothing
Yes.
more complicated than that. It doesn't have to be complicated than that.
So basically, Puneet, that's what I think. It's been a great conversation. So for us, for the people, how to get in touch with you, we would like to, if you can just type your website, your
So,
contact details, yes, so that we have a couple of friends as well because we're all trying to achieve certain goals, certain things. And I think it's very inspiring. Your words have been so inspiring, I think, for each and every person who's been hearing you at this time.
yeah, well, I hope so. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Just email me.
Yeah, yes.
Email me. I will put my web address over here. .com. There you go. Or you can just do, there you go.
Okay.
Great stuff,
So
yeah.
we have Isha as well. Hi, Isha. Thank you for joining in with
Yeah, if
us.
you want to ask, if anybody has any questions, we can do
Please
some
go
Q&A.
ahead.
We've got about 10 minutes or so, right?
Yes, we have 10 minutes.
Okay.
So today, yeah, so today I wanted to, so basically we built our conversation and we've dived deeper into your work and sure our audience would have developed the rhythms and the practices of the high performance that you've just shared with us and you being a high performer yourself. So it's been a really, really great conversation, Puneet, regarding.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for your own self or the business you're creating? We can do a live
Uh,
coaching session bit of it right now.
So, Puneet, yes. So now, with this pandemic, which happened, it has really kind of, with my business as well, it has really hit it hard. I think the whole design industry in India has been really hit hard. Probably the luxury industry. So, what do you think? What is the way to restart and to kind of maybe just get back into action because when you're like when you're working and you're earning and you're getting the money and there is a whole rhythm. It just revolves
That's
around
right.
you. It gives you and the more you work, the more the more you are you're encouraged to do better and better. But there are times when you feel like it's not even working. Let's just leave it. There are times when you feel like, oh, forget it. It's okay. I mean, see, the life is going on. How it is. That's what is happening with this industry as well, with the designers and the big designers I'm talking about. They've opened the
Yeah.
Pret line. The Pret line is like a little less expensive range. So, and they are going on sales and they're expensive garments. So, what do you suggest for us as designers? As
See, Swati, the thing is that why don't we, it's very broad. It's very hard for me to answer a question
yeah,
which is that
yeah,
broad,
yeah,
correct? But if there's any one thing which you are dealing with specifically,
yeah. This is what
then
I
we
am
can
dealing
talk
with
about
too.
it. So tell
That
me specifically what it is that, what is something
yeah,
which is stopping you
you
right
feel it's
now?
okay. It's okay because somehow, let me be very truthful. It's not my bread and butter, but it gives me a big kick when I earn my
Yeah,
own money. It's
that's
my
what,
money. That's my money. I will spend it the way I want to. I'm not answerable to anybody. But yes, there has been a uh, big depression in the business. So this is what
yeah,
I'm facing. I don't feel encouraged enough to, there's another day, it starts, and then you're like, okay, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. So what I thought was maybe have a shoot with a few models and display my clothes. This is what I have in
right.
mind. But I haven't been able to
Okay.
really achieve it. I haven't been able to kind of just go about it till now because we have these talk shows as well, which keeps me busy, and the children are there. Maybe it's just another excuse that yeah, I'm busy because the children, I'm looking after the kids. But yes, deep
Yeah,
down I know that the thing inside is not like allowing me to kind of really bang on, just do it,
okay, so,
Swati,
okay,
just
let's
do it.
pause over there
Yeah,
for a second. Okay, one
yeah.
little pause over there. So what is that thing you're speaking about? You spoke about you're not feeling encouraged. You spoke about
Hmm.
just now, you just used
Hmm.
the words that there is that thing which is not allowing me to go forward. So what is that
What is
thing
that
which is not
thing?
allowing me to go? Yeah.
Maybe the comfort that I have. I'm in a comfort zone.
Okay,
It's
is that the thing for you?
is that a thing for me? That's the thing for me. I'm comfortable.
I'm
It's
asking you, I don't know. You
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me.
It's I'm the comfort zone. I'm very comfortable.
Okay.
It's
So what do you
everything is
want to do then?
happy.
Okay,
Then
so you're
that
aware that there's this comfort, you're aware. So you've
yes.
spoken about, so you said that
Drop in
you've been,
motivation, Neha says. Yeah, so now the
yeah,
thing is
okay,
that morning I think, oh my God, now I'm going to now. So now I'm building my new collection, but it's not with
yeah,
with that enthusiasm because the market is very slow. And when it's like when it was the season is on and you're working the nights, that's what I really enjoy, working the whole night, having, a lot of people working for me. You know how it is.
yeah,
It's really encouraging. But yeah, there is
yeah.
drop of motivation with the kind of market which is set right now.
Okay. So, what do you think? What do you think in your current set of circumstances that you're dealing with will give you, or which will give you, same motivation? What's internally stopping that motivation for you? There's
The
external set of
comfort, the
circumstances.
comfort of just being lazing around. It's just being lazy. That's it. That's it.
So then what is the one thing you already spoke about a photo shoot, you're creating a different line is what
Yes.
you're
So
thinking.
now I have to just
So you're
get
already
back.
thinking in those lines.
I have
Yeah.
to. So I need somebody to just kick my butt. Come on. Just go on. Just go on,
So then
man.
what all you got to do is make a commitment and
Yeah.
declare it. That right,
Okay.
I'm going to be doing this. This is the date.
Okay.
This is the
Okay.
time. Whatever you want to
Okay.
declare.
So I
I
think
feel if you
that's
declare it to somebody, or whether you do that with Kapil, or you do that with Samya, or you do that with some of
okay.
your friends, or maybe two of you work together collaboratively. But
Okay.
that's what doesn't sound anything more than that to me. You're very
Yeah.
aware that, of course, it's very different than having
No,
everything up and
but this
running,
is not
client coming in.
cross. This is not go. I mean, it's just that now. Just you said that you just now just fix a date. So that was not there in my mind. Now it's like, see, this is what coaching does to you, right? It just gives you a path. So that's
Yeah, I
the
mean,
thing,
multiple things.
people.
That's a small
That's the thing,
example.
people. That's a
Yeah,
very little, very small thing. But yes, that's the path. Just
yeah,
go about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really it. I mean, whether it's that date for you or whatever, I think you spoke about encouragement, etc. You may need to see as to what that looks like for you. We have only a few minutes, otherwise we could have
Yes.
spoken a little longer
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like there's something around there which is encouragement, drop in motivation. What does that really mean? That's where I would have gotten into the conversation because you mentioned that word three times in that last like couple of minutes. So I would be extremely curious to know what is it that you really mean by that. Okay, and then get into that conversation. But if that's all it is, it's a simple matter of saying I'm doing this, I'm committed, and then you do it. Or you can simply say, I'm not going to do this for the next 3 months, and you're clear. I am putting this aside. I'm going to focus on the talk show, and I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do with the talk show right now for these few months, and I'm going to go back to Phobia at this day, at this time.
Well,
So,
that's a
no
wonderful
matter what you
suggestion too.
decide, but it's a matter of making one clear decision. The gray area comes when we feel we're making a decision, but we're actually stating a preference. So, I want to, like we used this last time when we spoke, I want to I want to create a new line, let's say a new line for pets. Okay, like you just
Okay.
like for dogs. Okay, new line of clothing, winter clothing for dogs. A variation to what I'm doing. Fine, that's great. You want to do that, but it's not a committed decision. A committed decision is yes, I'm going to try something different out, and I'm going to create winter clothing, tartan, nice, beautiful tartan dresses for dogs, and I'm going to see it's going to be my
Oh,
tartan winter collection,
I think I have
and
a
I'm going to
very
see how
big
that looks.
animal lover out here, Sonia Kocher, if she's here with us
All
in the
right.
show. And well, she owns her own kennel, and a very successful entrepreneur, a therapist as well, and life coach herself. So she was the one who was
Mm-hmm.
asking you the questions because very, very, very successful woman that I know.
Mm. Good.
Yes,
Hi,
yes, she
Sonia.
is,
Nice to
Sonia.
meet you.
Yes,
Oh, there
there
she
she
is.
is.
Hi, Sonia.
There she is. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think she
So
would
yeah,
love, and she models for my clothes as well. And she's a
does
great
she?
model. She's a great model for me
Fantastic.
as well. So I think she's going to love me designing clothes for dogs too. She's got like these big,
Do
huge
that.
dogs. But yes,
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's right. Okay.
and so thank you so much, Puneet, for having us over and this lovely chat with you, for motivating me, for motivating all of us. And so we will definitely, I think people you can connect with him on WhatsApp. Or do we have a WhatsApp number? Can we share a WhatsApp number too? Because not many people want
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, if you use WhatsApp, that's fine. You want me to put my WhatsApp number in
Yes,
there?
yes, yes, yes. I think that'll
Actually,
be a
I
great
think
idea.
actually, email may be best, honestly. It'll get
Okay,
really hard for me to manage the whole WhatsApp stuff.
okay, okay, okay,
But
okay.
my email is already there. Okay, great, Sonia. I look forward to speaking with you. Uh, so I think the email is there and my website is there. That's just probably the best way to get in touch. Just put a
Okay,
subject line, just put on the talk show or Swati in the subject line conversation. And if you want to make use of one of those three sessions, which I have, like I said, every month, every new month, I keep 3 sessions which are open, which are free of cost for people who are not my clients. They may or may never be my clients. That does not really matter, to support them on any one thing that they're dealing with, any one challenge that they want to shift their thinking around, so that they are ready, they feel empowered, and they can take clear action the next day, right? So it's not a conceptual conversation, it's a deep dive conversation. We get into that. If you want to know about Circle of Legends, you're welcome to. You go onto the website, it's got all the details in a great amount of length. I've written all about it. It is there. And you can see some testimonials as well. And I would say that if there's any other way, because Circle of Legends may not be for your thing. Your thing may be that you want to work one to one.
hmm.
In that case, again, once again, it's a matter of just reaching out first off and seeing that, right, is there a fit over here? Then we go from there, right? So whether it's a 6 month, 12 month, whatever it looks like. But feel free to get in touch, and I will write back to you. And where appropriate, we'll even have a deep dive conversation.
Great, Puneet. Thank you very much. And we'll definitely have another chat. And so, when is the Circle
Yeah,
of Legends starting? What is it? Do you have a date? You're going
25th. Yeah,
25th of
25th of
October.
October.
So please,
That's right. Yeah.
people, yeah, please get yourself enrolled. Don't miss this chance. It's a great, great podium for everyone who wants to be up there.
Yeah, whatever you want to create, whatever, whether it's
Yes,
up there or whatever the next best version of you looks like,
yes,
you will be very well supported. The thing is also that, the reason I say sometimes people are not ready to work with me the first time, because if you're going to work with me, you're going to have no excuses to create what you want to create. When you're not working and you do not have that structure, then you can give yourself an excuse. Acha, aaj nahi karna maine, ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, forget it, I'll just do it the next day. But if you're working together, whether it's one-on-one or it is working
Yes.
with working the circle of legends, you have no excuses, and that is intimidating. That there's nowhere to run, but you have to commit and you have to create.
Yes.
And whether it comes out the way you want it to come out or it does not, that's fine. Whatever happens, that's you do not control that, right? We do not control the outcome. You do not control how many dresses will get sold. What you control
Mm.
is creating your collection. What you control is the number of conversations you can have with people. What you
People.
control is how you promote your stuff. You do not control the sales. That's a lagging indicator. It's a result of doing things over and over again. And it takes time. You're building a business, even if it's coaching or whatever, it looks very simple. It takes time. You got to
It takes
be,
time.
here's the thing as well. It's no fun that you want to do this short term, make a buck and get out. There's really no fun in that. There's no need to anyway work with a coach around with a coach around there. I think the fun is if you're committed to something longer term, you want to create longer term value in your life, satisfaction and value in the world. And that's the game you've got to play. If you want to be in there like अच्छा 2 महीने में ये कुछ हो जाए मेरा, doesn't really work. You
You're
never
not
know what
doing
that
that.
timeline is going to be. You've got to commit yourself to putting at least some years into whatever you're creating new. Okay, so that's where the desire for it comes in. Really connected to that desire, really want to be doing this. So, and there's an application process, by the way, to the Circle of Legends. It's
Okay.
again online on my website. I will actually put maybe the Singularity Lab website down because it may
Yeah.
be easier for the people to go onto there and have a look at it. How much time do we have, Swati?
I think we're just about to end, Puneet. I think, yeah, any moment now.
Okay. Listen, thank you all. I hope I can meet and speak to some of you. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah,
And
it'd be
if not,
great. And
good
thank
luck
you
with
so much,
whatever you're
Puneet,
creating.
for your, yeah, thank you, Puneet, for your suggestions for me as well. So it's
Yeah.
www.singularityLab.com,
Yeah,
where you get in touch with
hyphenlab.com.
Puneet Ashdev. Yes. And it was wonderful, Puneet. It was just fabulous conversation with you.
Yeah, listen, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot for getting me out over here and putting me in front of your audience. I hope they got some value out of it. Any
Of
follow-up
course,
questions,
of
feel free to
course.
get in touch.
Yes. Thank you so much, Puneet. Thank you
Right.
so much. Bye.
All right. Thanks all. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Okay.